advantage.
Test. Nope. Test. Nope.
Oh, I can go, right? Okay.
Alright, hello everyone, this is Kofi Appeal. We're coming here live from the RWJ Barnabas South Hockey House for tonight's matchup between the NJIT Highlanders and the Western Connecticut State University Wolves. It is our second breast cancer awareness night. All proceeds go to the American Cancer Society, and we will have a QR code after the first intermission for you guys to donate if you can. Meanwhile, for tonight's matchup, both teams are not without a win within MCHG play. The Wolves are 0-2, while the Highlanders are 0-4. And the goaltender night matchup for tonight for the Wolves, it'll be Michael Burgos. He's 0-2 with a 5.50 goals against average and a .894 save percentage in 2 games this season. Meanwhile, for the Highlanders, it will be Elliot Markin. He is 1-4 with an 8.08 goals against average and a .826 goals against average in 5 games this season. So a big game for both teams within MCHG play. Crucial spot that both teams want. And for the PA announcers for the pregame is PA announcer Patrick Alvarado. All right, that was your national anthem. The officials for tonight's game will be, or today's game, Robert Full will be the referee, Robert Trainer will be the other referee, and there's only one linesman tonight, and now be Steve Shackton. Starting lineups for the Wolves will be Blanchard, Malika, Wolf, Simbayuk, and Frosell. For the Highlanders will be Markin, Bergen, Martino, Etienne, Michike, and Clayton. As I said at the top, the Highlanders are in their breast cancer awareness uniforms in pink, while the Wolves are in their regular navy blue with white and orange trim, their road uniforms. So it'll be Michike and Wolf on the draw. And we are underway as the Highlanders control. Puck thrown back into their own zone, where it's played by Bergen. Bergen headmans to Etienne. Etienne bounced off the wall, but kept in by the Wolves. That shot goes wide. That shot comes from Blanchard. And Highlanders trying to get it out, and they're able to chip it along into neutral ice. Race for the loose puck. Getting there first is Mitch Cake, but can't handle. And now Etienne. Etienne's shot goes wide. Kept in by Mitch Cake. Turnaround shot. Sticked away by Burgos. Etienne able to play at the wall. Shot by Bergen hits a Wolf player. And the puck goes into the left wall, where it's controlled by the Wolves. And nice keeping by Martino to put it in front. Clayton not able to deflect it well enough as it hits the puck hits the net out of play. As 50 seconds have gone by in the first period, the Highlanders have the only 2 shots on goal so far. So it'll be Paltov and Michike on the draw. Clayton has it for the Highlanders. He bounces off the end wall. Now Clayton able to regain. Right out to Bergen. His shot hits the net, hits the glass. Able to keep it in Martino. Oh, he wasn't able to keep it in as the puck goes into the Wolves bench. So the faceoff will be just outside of their zone. So as I said at the top, the Wolves are 0-2 so far this season. Both games within the MCHG play. Same home they lost to St. Thomas Aquinas. Puck play at neutral ice by Bala, and he put it back into Highlanders zone, where it's played by Wenlin. Back in their own zone, played by Fitzgerald. Deflected by Marshall. And now play by Paltov. Kept in by Bala, and now the Highlanders able to get out to neutral ice. Bala being defended by Emery Marshall. He took a hit, but he's able to put it back into the Highlanders zone, where it's played by Market in behind. Western Connecticut makes a change. Able to keep it in was Paltov. They're going to make another change as the puck goes to the right wall. Puck still loose. Costco trying to get it out. He can't. And now Wolf has it for the Wolves at the left circle. Taken away by the Highlanders, and they are able to clear it to neutral ice. Thrown back in by Pinkham. That'll allow the Highlanders to make a change. Now skating out is, I believe that's Paltov. No, I'm sorry, it's Blanchard. Now trying to get to Cardello, but he has it deep in the Highlanders zone. Now played by Etienne. Now Wolf will throw it back in. And behind now is Bergen. Bergen off the wall, and now it's at neutral ice. Thrown back in by Blanchard. Around the boards it goes. Back at neutral ice, thrown back in once again by the Wolves. Now in behind is Wenlin. Blanchard able to keep it in at the left point. His shot deflected. That one in front was blocked. Nice block by Bergen from that shot from Frosell. Etienne able to throw it all the way back down. around the boards. Now played by Blanchard. Another change for the Highlanders. Race for the loose puck. Getting there first is Paltov. It throws one in front. Intercepted by Bergen, and he'll skate it out. Bergen, nice moves. Now he's in front. His shot. Glove save made by Burgos. Oh, nice hairdo. Talking to the head coach, former head coach, Bob Morrow. As that was a nice play by Bergen moving in at the left side, but Burgos made a great save there. Martino's shot does not get through, and the Wolves able to skate it out. Moving up out the left side. Believe that was Bala. Now Bala up the left wall. Simbayuk. Paltov trying to deflect it in, but he could not as puck's at the right wall. Able to keep it in once again on the Wolves. Now Fitzgerald around the boards. To the left wall it goes. Owen John trying to get the puck. Battle on that left wall. Now thrown in front. Deflected. And it goes to Emery Marshall. He's able to float it in. Now one at the left wall. He'll bounce off the end boards around to the right wall. So Owen John has the puck. Owen John moves and shoots, and I don't think it got through. It might have actually did get through, so that's a save made by Burgos. So he has 4 saves so far in the game. Now here comes Simbayuk on the other end. Up the left wing. He's at the left circle now as on to make another change. He'll bounce it to Paltov. Paltov off the glass. And now he's able to intercept. Lead pass to Mitch K. Not able to handle it at first. Now he has it. As NJIT makes another change. And now here's Mitch K. He stops at the right circle. Fans on the initial passing attempt. Now he throws one. But deflected off of a Wolf. And now Etienne tries to get it. And now back at neutral ice where he's played by Martino. Western Connecticut makes another change. Here comes Etienne in across the line up the right wing. His shot right on, saved by Burgos. So 14:24 left to go in the first period. Shots are now 5-0 in favor of the Highlanders. As the Highlanders, they're coming off a very tough performance against Sacred Heart. They lost that game yesterday afternoon in Fairfield, Connecticut by a score of 14-1. So now they're 0-2 against Sacred Heart. But Sacred Heart, they're the 3-time reigning champions of the MCHC. And that's offside on Western Connecticut. So I talked to head coach Dennis Koyak. He said that, we kind of expected that game to be tough. And it was. So he's saying this is the real season to begin. Out of the first 4 games, they played Sacred Heart twice. They played Stack, and they played Maritime. All those teams made the playoffs in the MCHC last season. So we'll see how today's game goes against Western Connecticut. Now Wolf has it. Wolf. Now picked up by Blanchard. That's now Blanchard. Blanchard now in behind. Tries to center. Nice play by Mitch K to block that centering attempt. And now he tries to skate out off the glass and out to neutral ice. Race for the loose puck. Getting there first. As Malika takes a big hit from Clayton, but he sides the puck. Now to Blanchard. Blanchard lead pass to Frosell. Frosell in across the line. Frosell shot right on, saved by Markin, and he will hang on. So that is the Wolves' first shot on goal. So Elliot Markin, he had a short afternoon. Only played the first period in the game against Sacred Heart. Gave up 5 goals, and then Noah Gibb played the rest of the way. Now here comes Costco. Costco shot saved by Burgos. The rebound is heralded by the Wolves. And now the puck is Bala. Gives it to Frosell. Frosell up the left wing. Nice play by Owen John to cancel him out of the play. Now Martino being defended well by Frosell. He'll bounce it to John. John trying to clear it, but he can't. Kept in by Western Connecticut. That shot goes wide. Believe that was by Falcone. Ballo press to the boards. Fitzgerald not able to keep it in. He'll have to regroup at neutral ice. He'll throw it into the Highlander zone. Now Martino in behind. Taken away by Frosell, but couldn't handle. And now a lead pass. Couldn't get to John, and now go all the way back down. No icing. That'll allow both teams to make a change. 12-18 left to go in the first period. Still no score here at RWJ Barnabas Hockey House. Now Simbiu up the left wing. Simbiu crashing to the front of the net. Can I get a shot off? Big drive by Frosell, and it's an ending out of play. I'm sorry. Believe that might have been Paltov actually with that shot. So it will be Paltov and Mitchie K on the draw. Controlled by Mitchie K. Now a steal, but that shot was pushed wide by Bala. And now trying to skate it out is Brandon Clayton. He's able to do so. Nice moves to get by, but does not have the puck. And that allows Western Connecticut State. They try to clear it, now they do. Now here's Wolf. Wolf will bounce off the end boards. Paltov throws it in front, but taken away. Nice takeaway by Mitchie K. Mitchie K at the left wing. Mitchie K's shot goes wide, hits the glass. And now it's all the way back to neutral ice. Wendland will play it in his own zone. Cross ice to Bergen. The Wolves make another change. Now out to Mitch K. He'll give it to Clayton. Clayton bounces off the wall. Now played by Blanchard. Blanchard headmans to Paltov. Paltov in across the line. Taken away by Pinkham. And now Pinkham, it's intercepted. Cardell almost had an opportunity. Wolf. Back out to Blanchard. Blanchard shot saved by Markin. Rebound goes wide. And out of play. And Paltov had a great opportunity, but he pushed that one wide. So almost halfway through the first. Still no score. Shots are now 6-3 in favor of the Highlanders. Off the tie-up. Blanchard at the points. He'll bounce to the end wall. Puck loose now at the left circle. Thrown back down by the Highlanders, but it will be icing on them. As the touch is made by Malika, so the faceoff will go back into their own zone. So it'll be Costco and Frosell on the draw, one by Western Connecticut. That shot Malika stopped by Markin. But able to control it is Wendland. He'll backhand it off the glass, but kept in once again by Western Connecticut, but they can't keep it in. Now Blanchard up the left wing. Waiting. Nice play with Wendland. That shot goes wide. And now in front. Cardell not able to get a shot off. And now poked away and cleared to neutral ice by Costco. Bounces. Back to Wendland in his own zone. He'll bounce off the wall. And now Costco taken away by Blanchard. Blanchard bounces it back to neutral ice. Now played by Mitch K. Mitch K up the right wing now. Backhander. Gloved by Burgos. As we've now reached the halfway point of the first. So it's been a bit even so far in the action. The Highlanders have had a couple good scoring chances. Western Connecticut has also had a couple good scoring chances as well. Off the tie-up. Etienne shot goes wide. Now Martino able to keep it at the point. Cross ice to Bergen. Bergen, the slot is Mitch K shot right on. Save made by Burgos. So good passing by the Highlanders on that shift. Burgos made a good save for his 7th of the game so far. Off the tie-up. Controlled by Simbayuk. He'll throw it on the boards. Now battle on the wall. Martino now has it. Mishke in deep. His cross-ice feed goes wide. And now able to get out are the Wolves. Now Bergen touch to Clayton. Clayton moves in his shot. Deflected off of Simbayuk. Now Mishke. In behind. Being defended. Believe that's sorry, Fitzgerald. Now trying to stuff one in front of the Highlanders, but it goes all the way back down. So now Clayton has it, as that allows NJIT to make another change. Now Etienne headbands. Costco couldn't get the pass, and now Cardella has it for the Wolves. Cross lines to Simbayuk. Simbayuk headbands, and now it goes to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald taken away by Martino. Kept in by Bala. And now Etienne has it. Etienne will throw it back into the Wolves zone. But it'll be icing on the Highlanders as he was not able to get it to the red line. So Bicasco and Paltov, won by the Highlanders, but able to keep it in is Western Connecticut State. They'll throw it in front, and Markin is able to make the save, and he'll cover. So 7:59 left to go in the first period. Still no score here at RWJ in a big MCHC showdown between the Wolves and the Highlanders. Both teams have not won a game in MCHC play. The Wolves have lost 2 games to St. Thomas Aquinas. The Highlanders have lost 2 games to Sacred Heart, 1 to Maritime, and 1 to Stack. Now puck at neutral ice. Puck still is neutral ice. Falling down is Wendland, and that'll be a delayed penalty coming up against Western Connecticut State U. It'll be a trip. And it will go to Cardello. So Cardello will go off for tripping at 12:18 for the Highlanders. Their power play has been not great. 1 for 18. That's 5.5%. Meanwhile, for Western Connecticut, I don't have their penalty kill numbers, but they have given up a power play goal. So that's all I have for them. So Bergen at the point, off the draw. He'll give it to Mitch K at the left circle. Mitch K will circle. He'll give it back to Bergen at the point. Now, that shot goes wide, and it out of the zone. Now Mitch K. Out to Clayton. Now to Martino. Martino trying to gain the line. He does. Now he's at the circle. They'll give it to Bergen at the point. Now to Etienne. Now back to the point, Martino. With 1:14 left to go in the power play. Now Etienne has it. Etienne being defended well by Paltov, and as he has to give it to in deep to Bergen. Bergen falls down, and able to get it out is Malika. So less than a minute left to go in the power play. Now Martino in his own zone in behind. And he will bring it out. Nice moves to get by. Now he's back. Gains the line once again. And now Cardell able to push it back into the Honda. Race to loose puck. Markin has to play it, and he does. Out to neutral ice. Thrown back in by the Wolves. And Martino has to play it in his own zone with less than 30 seconds left to go on the power play. Now here comes Bergen. Bergen up the right wing. Blanchard able to take him out of the play, and he'll throw it down. So the Highlanders power play, it has been a struggle all season so far, and it will continue. One last chance here, though. Mitch K. Nice moves to get by. He moves a shot. Saved by Burgos, and that will do it. So the Highlanders will go 0 for 1 on the power play. One of the keeps it in. His shot deflected. Rebound in front. Oh, what a save made by Burgos. Clayton had a shot in front, and Burgos slides to his right to make the save. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He actually slid to his, his left. But in any event, that was a great save. Just after the power play for the Highlanders. Able to win the draw was Emery Marshall. John Bound with Simbayuk. And behind now, trying to center was Marshall. Canceled out of the play by Fitzgerald. And now Simbayuk tries a headman. Race for a loose puck. Getting there first will be Falcone in behind. Now Falcone looking at the center. He does. Puck still loose. Marker trying to get it. He can't. And now Cardella has it. And now pick out to John. Now getting the line is Emery Marshall. He's in deep now. Cross ice. Intercepted by Simbayuk. And now back to Wendland. He'll throw off the the wall. Out to John. John moves in, but he loses possession of the puck to Simbayuk. Simbayuk with a nice move to get by John. And now he's at the left wall. Take it down. That'll be a delay penalty coming up against John Pickham. So he will go off for the first penalty of the game against NJIT. So John Pinko will go off for tripping. Now I'll get the time here shortly here. So that's 15:30, pick him off for tripping. So the Highlanders PK, that's also been an issue for them. They're 15 for 27. That is 55%. Meanwhile, Western Connecticut has 2 power play goals so far this season. And now Simbayuk, the right circle shot does not get through. Now Malika being defended by Mitch K. He's at the left circle. And now cross ice to Simbayuk. He's at the circle. Now to Malika. Back to Simbayuk in deep. Now tries to center, cannot, and able to clear all the Highlanders. So a minute 25 left to go in the power play and 53 left to go in the period. Still no score here. Been a pretty even period. And now here's Malik up the right wing. He cuts in front. He tries to move in. Poked away by Markin. Now Blanchard at the point. His shot goes wide. Now Simbayuk in deep. Simbayuk tries to center. Deflected by Bergen. Now Simbayuk. I'm sorry, that's not Simbayuk. That's Frosell. Now Simbayuk in deep. Now Malika at the point. Less than a minute left to go in the power play. Simbayuk now in deep at the right side. Now back to the point, Blanchard. Malika will swing it to the end boards. Now Frosell has it at the circle. Now to Malika at the point. Fans on the opportunity. Now gives it to Blanchard. Blanchard shot deflected off of Bergen. And now able to clear is Brandon Clayton. So one last rush for Western Connecticut as they make a change. The Highlanders will also make a change as well. Here's Blanchard. Gives it to Simbayuk. Simbayuk up the left wing now as the penalty expires. So West Connecticut 0 for 1 on the power play. Now Frosell moves in, shoots, hits the post. Now Simbayuk at the wall. Now Blanchard out to Frosell. Frosell in behind. Frosell moves and shoots. Saved by Markin. The rebound. Cardell could not get a shot off. Puck in behind. Now played by Wendland. 2 minutes left to go in the period. Thrown in by John Pinkham. And now here comes Cardello as the Hondas make a change. Here's Cardello up the left wing. Cardello's in the slot. Etienne trying to get out. He does. Race for a loose puck. Getting there first will be Fitzgerald. He bounces off the wall. And now Frosell. His pass deflected by Costco. Costco trying to move it back into their zone. He can't. Frosell. Headmans to Cardello. Cardello poked away by Martino. He's able to regain. Cancels out the play by Martino. Nice play by him. Now Martino. Puck back at neutral ice where it's played by Blanchard. Blanchard pushes it along. Now Costco. Out to Marshall. And now Fitzgerald has it for the Wolves. Now Falcone in across the line. Falcone, his shot does not get through. Final minute here in the first. Puck at the wall where it's played by Martino. Big drive by Blanchard. Hits the end boards. And the Hounders able to clear it. Back down Blanchard. Blanchard backhands it back into the Hounder zone. 42 seconds left to go in the period. Now Martino in behind. As both teams make changes. And now here's Mitch K over skates. And poked off the play by Malika. Malika gains. And then the Hounders throw it back in. They'll make another change. Now played by Bayou with 20 seconds left to go. Deflected off of Mitch K. Now he has the puck. He's trying to move in. He does. Trying to get a pass off. Deflected. And now played by Malika with 10 seconds left to go. And across the line. And now Wendland with 3 seconds left to go. He'll throw it down to neutral ice. Simbayuk has it. And that will do it for the first period of play. Shots will go over 8-7 in favor of the Highlanders as there is no score in this first period. And that will do it for the first period of play. We'll have first period stats as well as the overall analysis after this. And as I said earlier in the broadcast, there will be a QR code if you want to donate to Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House. And we'll be right back with the second period right after this. You're watching NJIT Hockey here on YouTube. All right, Kofi Apia back here at the RWJ Barnabas South Hockey House, where it is a no score between the Western Connecticut State University Wolves and the NJIT Highlanders. Shots on goal were 8-7 in favor of the Highlanders. So there's a power plays. Both teams were 0 for 1. And now here is the Alvarado analysis. I did talk to Patrick Alvarado during the first intermission. He said that Western Connecticut, their style of play, they really want to have a perfect setup for their plays, and when that does not happen, they're kind of a little panicky in terms of how they set up their plays. For the Highlanders, Alvarado said that if the Highlanders can control the puck, especially on the counterattack, they have an opportunity to do well here in the second period of play. And he also thinks that the Highlanders need to, play, decisively with their decision making. He felt at times they either were a little nervous or they were kind of either sped up too fast or too slow. So that is your Alvarado analysis for the first period. Obviously, the period of the long change. So Markin is now to my left, while Burgos is to my right. So, no loss of manpower. We will start this second period 5-on-5. So for the Highlanders, it'll be Michike, Etienne, Bergen. Believe that's Martino. And I believe that's Brandon Clayton. So for the Wolves, it will be Frosell, Wolf, Bala, Blanchard, and Malika. As well as Frosell as well. Puck has been dropped, and the second period is underway. Etienne has it. He'll throw it back to his own zone, where it's played by Bergen. Cross ice to Martino. Intercepted by Malika. Malika canceled out the play by Martino, and now picking up is Bergen in behind. Now the puck is Salvage K. Long lead pass to Etienne, but he could not connect, and as a result, that'll be icing. So the head coach for Western Connecticut is David Seidel in his first season as the coach of the Wolves. Told me it was a bit of an adjustment, but feels pretty good about the team, especially for today's game. He told me specifically he wanted a good forecheck. We saw some of that in the first. As now Martino has it in behind. Around the boards to Brandon Clayton. And now Etienne has it. Being defended by Bala. Now Martino throws it back out to neutral ice. Now controlled by Blanchard. Overskates. Puck still loose. And now it's picked up by Clayton. Clayton puts it into the Wolves zone. Now in deep, Blanchard. Bala trying to get it out. Kept in by Costco at the point. Bala able to push it along to neutral ice. And able to throw it back in on the Highlanders. So now Wolf has it. Wolf. Out to Frosell. Frosell gains the line. Frosell circles. Cross ice. And now it's Bala. Bala. His pass deflected by Wendland. Now in behind. Now in deep now is Bala. Bala. Good pass to. That shot goes wide. That shot comes for Fitzgerald. And now Bala at the wall. John trying to clear, but kept in by Blanchard. And now the Highlanders able to get it out to neutral ice. Now Frosell goes all the way back down to his own zone. In behind now is Burgos. On the hard around, out to neutral ice. Goes all the way back down, but it'll be icing on Western Connecticut State University. So 17:39 left to go in the second. Still no score and no shots on goal have been no shots on goal so far in the second as well. Michike and Simbayuk. Michike was a draw. That shot, nice block made by Fitzgerald, and he's able to throw it back down to neutral ice. Now here comes Cardello. Now Cardello, his shot saved by Markin. The first shot on goal in the period. And now Mitch Camp the right wing. 2-on-1 for the Hounders. Now in front shot. Oh, it goes wide by Clayton. Well, actually, it might have actually deflected a little bit off of Burgos. As the puck goes all the way back down. Now Bergen will play in behind. Now Simbayuk at neutral ice. He'll pivot back into his own zone. He'll bounce off the wall. Now Bergen has it. Taken away by Frosell. Here comes Frosell. Poked away by Wendland. He's able to regain. And he'll bounce. He'll throw it around the wall. Now Etienne headmans to Michike. Michike weaves. Now he moves it up the left wing. His shot right on. Saved by Burgos. So now the Highlanders have 3 shots on goal in the period. Western Connecticut only has 1. Off the tie-up. Thrown back in. Now Martino will bounce off the wall. And now here's John. He'll swing it. As no ice and as Malika will have to play it at the end ball. Now Bala at neutral ice. John trying to play it, and he's able to swing it back into the Wolves zone. Marshall bumps Malika. Puck around the left wall. Kept in at the point by Martino. His shot hits the end wall. Now Blanchard has it for the Wolves. Headmans. Off the leg of Paltov. Intercepted now. Now a puck in deep. Off the hard around by Martino. Now even keeping it on the Wolves. And they'll have to regroup by neutral ice. That allows Pinker to put it back into Western Connecticut zone. And now will allow the Highlanders to make a change. Now it's a Paltov. Paltov off the mask of Markin. And the puck back at neutral ice. As Blanchard will have to retrieve. NJIT with another change. Now gain the line. Now Falcone, his shot goes to the wall. Now play up Bala. Now Samalika taken away by Wendland. Wendland off the glass. And now picked up by Brandon Clayton. Gives it to Mitch K. Puck still loose. And now thrown back into neutral ice by the Wolves. Martino cross ice. Falcone off the wall. Back in the Hounder zone. Nice play by Martino, and he's able to clear it down to neutral ice. Now Frosell throws it back in the Hounder zone. Western Connecticut makes another change. Now Cardello takes a hit, but is able to play it in deep. And now here comes Clayton. Clayton up the right wing. 3-on-1 for the Hounders. Cross ice to Etienne now, but Mitch K could not handle it. Now he has it at the wall. Clayton deflected, and it's right on, and a save made by Burgos with the glove. All right, 14:04 left to go in the second. Still no score. Now Costco and Frosell. The Wolves control. And now Bergen. Now Costco. And now here is Frosell. Now Fitzgerald moves in. Fitzgerald, nice moves get by John. Now he's in the slot. Now Frosell in behind. As the Wolves complete a change. Now Wolf. Wolf, his shot. Saved by Markin. Now John pushes it along and out to neutral ice. Wolf back to Simbayuk in his own zone. Simbayuk will swing it off the wall. Now Wendland off the wall. Wolf to Frosell. Frosell it regained. Now Wolf, his shot hits the glass. The rebound corralled by Cardello. Now Frosell, his shot, he scores! So Frosell has broken the tie, and it's 1-0 Western Connecticut. All right, so for Frosell, that is his second goal of the season. And that goal comes at 6:56. So the Hounders are now down by 1. Now here comes Clayton moving in. Now Clayton, his shot, right on, saved by Burgos. Off the tie-up. Thrown off the wall by Bergen. And now big and delivered by Etienne on Blanchard. Etienne with another big hit on Blanchard. And this time it's going to be a penalty on Etienne. I did not get the referee's signal, but I imagine that's going to be a rough on Etienne. And I'll get the time here shortly. West Connecticut is 0-4 in the power play so far. So the time's at 7:31. I'll wait for Patrick Alvarado's announcement right now. So that'll be Etienne for Borden at 7:31. So the Hounders, a big kill here. As moving in is Paltov. Now battle in behind. Now Bergen has it. Bounces off the wall and out of the zone, back in the Western Connecticut zone. with a minute 25 left to go in the power play. Now Paltov, drop pass to Simbayuk. Simbayuk, his shot, gloved by Markin. So 11:44 left to go and 1:16 left to go on the power play. As Western Connecticut has a 1-0 lead, that goal was scored by Chris Rossell, his second of the season. Assist goes to Cardello and Simbayuk. That goal comes at 6:56. Now here's Brandon Clay, shorthanded up the left wing. Nice move to get by. He moves in, he shoots, and it is stopped by Burgos. And play will continue as Simbayuk has it in behind. And now Blanchard has to retrieve. Cross ice to Simbayuk. And now Malika moves in with the puck. Malika can't get a shot off as the puck rolls to the end wall where it's played by Wendland. Wendland backhands it out. Now 35 seconds left to go in the power play. And now bring it out, Blanchard. We'll hand it to Simbayuk up the left wing. Simbayuk will stop at the left circle. Now he's waiting. He'll give it to Blanchard at the point. Now Blanchard to Malika. Malika's shot goes wide. Blanchard not able to get the puck, and he'll have to skate it back. He'll have to retrieve back in his own zone. One last chance for the Wolves. And that will do it for the power play for Western Connecticut. So they're 0 for 2. Now Etienne out of the box. Etienne, it gives it to Mitch K. Mitch K shot blocked. Now Etienne trying to get the puck. Defended by Cardello. Cardello able to get it out. And now Malika up the left wing. Malika poked away. Nice poke check by Martino. Western Connecticut with a change. Malika at neutral ice. Malika will throw it back in. Now Wendland has the puck. We're halfway through the game here as the Wolves have a 1-0 lead. And ready to lose puck. Getting there first is Pinkham, so no icing. Now puck in behind. Now John, turnaround shot did not get through. And now a turnaround shot save made by Burgos on John Pinkham. And now John able to keep it at the point. This shot right on glove save made by Burgos. With 9:34 left to go in the second period. Shots are now 15-11 in favor of NJIT. Off the tie-up once again. And now here's Frosell. Frosell up the left wing. His shot saved by Markin. The rebound's in behind. Frosell able to regain. Now he's at the wall. He'll give it to Blanchard. Blanchard shot right on, saved by Markin. Frosell right off the faceoff. His shot goes high, hits the glass. Able to keep it in as Wolf. Now Frosell, he's at the point. Frosell, his shot right on again, saved by Markin. So Western Connecticut, last season, they finished 4th in the MCHC with a record of 6-4-2. They lost 4-2 to Sacred Heart in the MCHC playoffs semifinals. And the delay penalty coming up is going to be against Western Connecticut. And it's going to be a hold. And I can see Ben Wolf did not agree with that call. In any event, NJIT will go back on the power play. They're 0 for 1. As Ben Wolf does not agree with the call, he's motioned to officials. He does not believe that that should be a hold. Off the face-off, save made by Burgos. And now battle in deep. Blanchard without a stick, able to kill some time here. So Wolf for Holden at 12:08. So Blanchard, good job killing some time short-handed, even without his stick. He's able to regain his stick. And now, nice move by Bergen to get by. Bergen look at the center. And it goes right on goal to Burgos, and he will stop. He will freeze the puck. So a minute 25 left to go in the power play. With 8:17 left to go in the second period, the Highlanders trail by 1 with a goal scored by Chris Frosell. Now Etienne trying to get it out back out to the point, and now taken away by Cardello, and he will calmly put it into the Highlander zone. In behind now is Markin. Bergen drop pass to Martino. Martino moves in up the left wing, trying to get cut by the defense. He does. He shoots, and a save made by Burgos. So good play by Martino to get in by the defense of Western Connecticut, but Burgos made a great quality save there. As there's only 58 seconds left to go now on the power play. It'll be Frosell and Mitch K on the draw. He wins the draw. Out to the point, Martino. Fixes a drive. Now he gives it to Bergen. Bergen pivots. In deep. Mitch K shot. Sticked away by Burgos. Now back to the point, Martino. Fakes another shot. Drive. Now out to Etienne. Etienne to Bergen. They switch places. Now cross ice to Martino. Martino, cross ice to Etienne. Etienne now at the circle. Etienne, his shot blocked. Able to keep it in. Nice keep in by Mitch K. Mitch K circles. Now Martino, his shot gloved by Burgos. So now 14 seconds left to go in the power play. Much better power play than the first power play. But Burgos has made a couple of good saves. And now it's Paltoff and Michigan on the draw. One by the Highlanders. Bergen now with 10 seconds left to go in the power play. Bergen shot. Saved by Burgos. Rebound. And it's corralled by Falcone. And now Falcone up the right wing. Falcone, his shot goes wide. As that will do it for the power play for NJIT. They're 0 for 2. Thrown back in. And now with the puck. Hit delivered on Malika by Brandon Clayton. And now Falcone, he'll throw it back into the Highlander zone. Mark has to make a save. The Wolves able to keep it in. And now Falcone, a nice play to poke it away. And now here comes Costco up the left wing. Costco stops. Can't get by the defense. And now Martino has it. Martino, cross ice. Cannot connect with Pinkham. And now Marshall trying to move in. Thrown back by neutralized by Western Connecticut. And now here's Wolf. Wolf gains the line, and he'll calmly put it at the end wall. Now played by Frosell, who has a goal for the Wolves. Frosell bumped off the puck by Marcino. Now Marshall will throw it back in. And behind now is Burgos. Burgos will swing it to the wall. Now Blanchard headmans, but it goes right back down. And that'll be icing on Western Connecticut. So 5:29 left to go in the second period. Shots are now 19-14 in favor of the Highlanders. So it'll be Paltoff and Mitch K on the draw. One by Mitch K. Puck around the end wall. Controlled by Blanchard. Out to Bala. Bala will skate it out. Bala's pass deflected by Wendland. Now Etienne has it. Etienne backhanded. Off the wall. And Brandon Clayton able to move in with the puck. Clayton behind. He's taken down. So the Highlanders will go back on the power play. They're 0 for 2 so far. So it'll be a trip on Paltov. And that penalty cut happens at 14:57. So Paltov for tripping at 14:57. So on the draw will be Frosell and Mitchie K. Off the draw. Martino in the slot. At the point. Now he's at the circle. He pivots. And now he's in deep. And now Bergen. Now the slot. His shot goes wide. Now Martino. Cross ice to Bergen. Bergen hands to Etienne. Etienne trying to get by the defense. He does. Now back to Bergen at the point. Now back to Etienne. Taken away by Frosell, and he's able to clear it down. Eraser loose puck. Frosell able to get there first. Now Frosell out to Cardella. Cardella shoots. Save made by Markin. Now back to Cardella. He'll bounce it off the wall. Now out to Etienne. Etienne out to Mitch K. Mitch K gains the line. Mitch K in deep. Now he's in behind. Now he's back to the roll. Now he tries to weave his way to the circle. Drop pass to Etienne. Etienne circles. Etienne gives it to Martino at the point. Martino looking over his options. Now to Bergen. Now Bergen, his shot deflected off the stick of Clayton. Etienne cancels the play by Simbayuk. Less than a minute to go to the power play. Kept it by the Highlanders. Martino has it at the point. Big drive. Goes wide. Now Bergen in deep. Now Clayton. Big drive by Mitch K. Deflected. Hits netted out of play. With 23 seconds left to go to the power play. I do have to say this. The Highlanders' power play looks a little better than I've seen in past games. They've had more offensive zone time, but they just haven't had that quality scoring chance to beat Burgos. So now Frosell, he'll face off against Mitchie K. He wins the draw, and able to throw it out are the Wolves. Now one last chance here for the Highlanders. Here comes Martino. Martino able to get by. Can't get by the defense. And Mescalero will throw it back down. Now we'll do it. So Martino will have to play it. Markin will have to play it. We'll throw it on the boards. Fitzgerald able to keep it in. Well, actually, no, he was not able to keep it in. They have to tag up. So that allows Martino to pick up the puck. Now to Bergen. Bergen will bring it out. Bergen gains the line. Bergen, nice with the goodbye. His shot deflected. And now the puck is Bala. Take away from Mitch K. Mitch K shot. Gloved by Burgos. So 2:27 left to go in this second period. Shots in the period so far, the Highlanders have had 12. Meanwhile, Western Connecticut they've had 8. But the most important shot was a shot taken by Chris Frosell. And that gives Western Connecticut their 1-0 lead. Mark has to play it, so that will negate the icing. Now Cadell throws one in front, does not get through. Big drive by... That shot saved by Markin. The rebound is corralled by Bala. Bala tries to throw one in front. Does not get through. And now Bala has it at the wall. Now Bala at the circle. His shot saved by Mark. The rebound. It's corralled by Paltov. Paltov tries to throw one in front. Does not get through. John throws it all the way back down, but he'll be icing on the Highlanders with 1:46 left to go in the second period. So Bikosko and Paltov on the draw. Off the tie-up. And now Frosell has it in deep. Frosell being defended by John. Able to push it along. Back at neutral ice is John Pickham. John able to nudge it along. And now Simbayuk has it with speed. Simbayuk, his shot. Blocked away by Markin and out of play. So they were going to shoot it to the right of Markin. Now they're going to move the face-off to his left. It'll be Paltov and Koska on the draw. Controlled by the Highlanders. Bergen in deep. Able to keep it in is Falcone. Falcone will backhand it off the wall. Now puck in deep. Played by Paltov. Paltov gives it to Cardella. I mean, not Cardella, that's Malika. Final minute here in the second. And there's a delay penalty coming up. Don't know who it's on. Believe it's going to be on Western Connecticut. So it'll be Anthony Cardello. That's his second penalty he's taken in the game. And a big opportunity for the Highlanders late to tie the game. Well, I'm sorry, it's not Cardello. I thought it was Cardello. Looked like initially that was the person that was going off, but it's actually going to be Malika. So that penalty comes at 19:11. So the Highlanders 0 for 3 in the power play so far. Now Martino. Cross ice to Bergen. Oh, but Bergen, he stepped out, so that's going to be offside. He was out of his zone when he touched the puck. So off the tie-up. So Malika for cross-checking at 19:11. And now Bergen in the points. One to hand it to cross-line. Through the race scores! There's Brandon Clayton on the power play, and the Highlanders have tied it. So for Brandon Clayton, that is his 4th goal of the season on the power play. Seems to be some discussion with the officials. They're talking it over. So there seems to be some sort of so it looks like the goal does count, but Costco took a penalty. I'll have to talk to Patrick Alvarado at the intermission to see why that call was made. So the Highlanders just scored, and now they're going to be on the penalty kill. So Western Connecticut. And now here's Mitchie K. Mitchie K shot right on, saved by Burgos. So a wild end to that second period. All right, so the penalty was on Markin. That'll be served by Costco for delay of game. And I see that the officials are talking to Adrian Wan, the assistant head coach of the Highlanders, about that call. I'll get clarification on that call by Patrick Alvarado. So the event, folks, is going to be a very, very interesting third period of play. As Western Connecticut, they have 1:44 left to go on this penalty, this delay of game on Markin. All right, so I did this with clarification. Victoria Geiger, who's our head of everything production here, she just showed me that Ellie Markin went over the line. So, as you know, if a goaltender goes over the line, that's automatic delay of game. So that's why he got called. So, not a good. That's a tough mistake to make if you're Markin. Got to be aware of where you are on the ice, but he was not. In any event, the game is tied at 1. So that'll do it for the second period of play. We will have second period stats as well as the Alvarado analysis. Once again, if you want to donate to the Breast Cancer Awareness Night, all proceeds go to the American Cancer Society, and there'll be a QR code posted right now. VP back here at the RWJ Barnabas South Hockey House. The game is tied at 1. Update you on the goals of the period. Chris Frosell scored for the Wolves, and for the Highlanders, Brandon Clayton scored on the power play. Shots all going in the period were 13 for the Highlanders, 11 for Western Connecticut. In terms of power plays, Western Connecticut was 0 for 1, and the Highlanders were 1 for 3. And now quickly, the Alvarado analysis. He said the big key was, for the Highlanders, they have to slow down Nick Bala. He has been very disruptive on the forecheck. And he's been the key in terms of the tempo at which Western Connecticut has played, especially in that second period. He feels like that is the key in the third period. The Highlanders have to find a way to slow down the tempo and even the pace in their favor. But right now, they have a minute 44 left to go on this penalty on Elliot Markin for a delay of game, as he crossed the red line, and his goaltenders are not allowed to do that. And the officials, they didn't catch that. Apparently, Western Connecticut, they caught that, and the officials, they went over the conference, as you saw late in that period, and they determined that Elliot Markin did cross the red line, and that's why that penalty was called. So a bit of a tough break for the Highlanders. If the officials didn't see it, or if Western Connecticut didn't see it, that penalty would not have been called. But unfortunately, they did see it, and the Highlanders have to kill off at minute 44. So the penalty killers will be Mitch K, Clayton, Bergen. And now here's how Mitch K, a short shot, side by Burgos. He brings the puck once again. He'll give it to Martino, as the Highlanders will kill some time here. They'll play keep away for at least the time being. Throws it back down is Bergen. Burgos will swing it around. Frosell in behind now to Paltov. Paltov off the left wing. I'm sorry, that's actually Blanchard. I thought it was Paltov, but it's Blanchard. And now Simbayuk goes one, deflected, hits the end wall, and now played by Malika. Malika taken away by Clayton and out to neutral ice. Less than a minute left to go in the power play. Simbayuk now has it. Simbayuk will throw it in. Goes wide of the net. Kept in by Frosell. Frosell, who has a goal for the Wolves. Martino the heart around. Blanchard not able to keep it in, so they want to tag up. Now Cardello moves in. Cardello, hard around the boards. Malika keeps it at the point. Now Frosell. 10 seconds left to go in the power play. Now Malika at the point. Swings to Frosell and deep. Now to Cardello. Back out to the point to Malika. Cross ice to Blanchard. Blanchard shot. He scores! So Blanchard makes it 2-1. I'm not sure if that's a power play goal or not. It doesn't matter, as West Connecticut has regained the lead. So for Cardello, that is his first goal of the season. So a tough break for the Highlanders. as that penalty to Markin does cost them. And now it's Bergen. And now here comes a 2-on-1 for the West Connecticut. And now moving in. Pass-off shot off the post. So that's actually Blanchard's goal. So Blanchard gets the goal. And now Frosell. Ball for Frosell, and now Frosell has to play it at neutral ice. And now Simbayuk has it. Now Simbayuk and across the line. Nice poke check by Martino, able to keep it in his Wolf. And now here comes now it's Marshall to Michi K in deep. Able to keep it in at the point was Wetland. And now Wolf has it. Wolf with a big hit delivered by Martino. Puck in behind. Now in front of Wolf. Wolf could not get a shot off. And now Etienne has it. Etienne in behind. He'll swing it to Martino. As Western Connecticut, they make a change. Martino at the wall. Now throws one in front. Could not get it through. And now here's Blanchard, who has that second goal for the Wolves. Blanchard being defended by Martino. Blanchard in front. Kept him on Malika at the point. Malika shot blocked. Nice block by Mitchie K. Now Mitchie K up the left wing. Now Mitchie K circles. Now he moves in. His shot saved by Burgos. Rebound. And it goes in. It somehow went in. And the Highlanders have tied it. No. It is a goal. I wasn't sure. The officials now say it's a goal. So that goal scored at 4:44, and the Highlanders have tied the game again. So I'll wait for Patrick Armel's announcement. So it's Brandon Clayton's goal. So Clayton gets his second, his fifth of the season at 4:44 as Markin makes the save on that shot by Ben Wolf. So Clayton gets his second of the night, his fifth of the season. Michigan gets the assist at 4:44. Now, I was going to say, before that goal, the early part of this third period was really dominated by Western Connecticut. So that's a big goal for the Highlanders. Maybe that could reignite them in terms of evening how the play has gone. So far, it's been all Western Connecticut besides that goal scored by Clayton. So now Pinkham gains the line. Pinkham, his shot deflected, hits the netting, out of play. Off the tie-up. Etienne able to keep it at the point. Around the boards it goes. And now Clayton will have to regroup at neutral ice. Headman to Etienne. Etienne out of handle. And now Bergen has it. And now here comes Paltov off the left wing. Paltov, his shot deflected off the stick of Wendland, out of play. Now Clayton. Out to Bergen. Bergen gains the line. Bergen in deep now. Bergen centers. And now Paltov has it. Now to Simbayuk. Simbayuk, nice play by Etienne to take it away. Now here comes Clayton at the other end. And Michike offside. All right, 13:30 left to go in the third period. The game is tied at 2. Goals are scored by Frosell and Blanchard for the Wolves. And for the Highlanders, Clayton has 2 goals for them. Wendland throws it back in. Now played by Blanchard. Blanchard taken away. And now it's back at neutral ice where it's thrown back in by Martino. Burgos has to make a save there. Now throw all the way back down. It will be icing on the Wolves. All right, so it'll be Costco and Frosell on the draw. Blanchard controls. Now he gives it to Bala. Bala headmans to Wolf. Wolf, his shot deflected out the stick of Wendland. Bala has it at the wall. His shot blocked. And able to get out is Martino. Now Martino trying to get by the defense. He can't. Now puck in behind. Costco in deep. Costco poked away by Frosell. Now puck rolls to Burgos, and he will dive on it. Off the tie-up. Martino at the point. Gives to John. John poked away by Paltov. And now Bala off of Fitzgerald. And now Bergen has it in his own zone. He'll bounce it to Martino. Martino pivots. Now gives it back to Bergen. Bergen outlets to Marshall. Couldn't handle. And now Simbayuk in across the line. Now Simbayuk. Now he's in behind. Now he weaves to the wall. And now he curls. In the slot now, Wolf shot. Blocked. Rebound. Saved by Markin. The rebound. Still loose, and Markin has it. All right, so we're almost halfway through this third period. So here's Clayton. Clayton up the left wing. Clayton cross ice. Oh, he tried to hit Etienne. And Etienne collides with Burgos. And Western Connecticut, they don't like that, as there's some pushing and shoving after the play. And Burgos, he's down. He's writhing in pain. So this could be a big development story here. The backup goaltender is Quinn Betancourt. So the question is, well, there's two questions. One, can Burgos continue? And the second question is, has the penalty been called here on Ian Etienne for goaltender interference? Now Burgos, he's on his feet. Is he gonna head to the? Is he? See if he's gonna stay in the game. Looks like he's okay, but obviously still a bit of discomfort here. But it looks like he's going to stay in the game, so that's a good sign for the Wolves, as he's played well. He's made 23 saves on 25 shots for the against the Highlanders, I should say. So it does look like he's going to stay in the game. So as now the some of the officials, the referees are talking to Michael Burgos. So it looks like he's going to stay in the game. So the face-off will be at neutral ice. So there wasn't a call on Ian Etienne, so that's a good sign. That's good news for the Highlanders. You always wonder if you see something like that, would the officials decide to make a call there, and they decided not to. Now here's Cardello. His shot does not get through, but that shot by Frostel does, stop by Markin. Now Malka will throw it in. Fought off by Markin. That shot on Frostel, saved by Markin, and he has to cover up with the rebound. One by Western Connecticut. That shot sticked away. That shot from Blanchard for the point, sticked away on Markin, and the puck is out of play. Now Blanchard. It's in behind. Taken away by Bergen. The puck rolls around the wall. Now battle on the right wall. Scale around the boards. And now Etienne has it. Etienne, nice moves to get by. Gives it to Mitch K. And now here comes Clayton on the breakaway. Clayton moves and shoots, and a save by Burgos. Brandon Clayton with an opportunity for the hat trick, and Burgos denies him. Off the tie-up. John swings it around the boards. And there's Wolf up the right wing. Nice play by Martino to poke it away, and it cancels him out of the play. The puck in behind. The last shot by Fitzgerald, I believe, was a save by Markin. And able to get out are the Highlanders. Pickham will lob it. Put right to the glove of Burgos. All right, it's Palsoff and Costco on the draw. But the Highlanders pickup shot right on, save made by Burgos. Another draw won by the Highlanders. Bergen able to keep it at the point. Now puck rolls for the air wall. So John at the wall. Right. Oh. And Pickup had a shot, but it goes wide. And right on goes to Markin. He will cover. So looks like there's an issue with Burgos' mask, so they're trying to tighten it up. So that's why there's a delay. I see they're still working on it. All right, so 9:30 left to go. Shots are now 20-22 in favor of NJIT. As the Wolves have had one goal in the second, one goal in the third. The Highlanders have also had one goal in the second, one in the third. Now here's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald shot, I believe Markin got a piece of that. Now centers, taking away by Bergen. Back out to neutral ice, where it's played by Bala. Bala cross slice to Simbayuk. Simbayuk being defended by Mitch K. And now here's Etienne now with the puck. Etienne, drop pass to Mitch K, too far. Martino keeps it at the point. And now Clayton in behind. Now centers. And now played by Paltov. He can't get it out. And now Paltov has it. Now Paltov moves in. Poked away by Bergen. Another good defensive play by Bergen. Now Clayton back to Bergen. Bergen tries to gain the line. He can't. And now Martino. Nice moves to get by. Now Martino. He shoots. Blocker save made by Burgos. The Highlanders make a change. Wendland on the pinch. And now Etienne has it. Etienne tries to throw it in front. Deflected. And now Clayton has it. Now Clayton able to keep it in. Now Etienne in the slot. His shot blocked. Rebound. Another shot saved by Burgos. All right, so how big is this game? Well, you look at the standings right here. Both teams have not had a win. Right now, the Highlanders are in last place because they've had 4 losses. Western Connecticut is in 7th. I mean, they're right behind them at 0-2. In 6th place. So a win will put them in 4th place. Obviously, it's early. U.S. Marine Merchant Academy has not played a game so far, and UCEVA is also 0-2 as well. And now here comes Pinkham. Pinkham, backhander, saved by Burgos. So the Highlanders have had a couple of good opportunities here in the third. Now Burgos shot gloved, save made by Burgos. Off the tie-up. Wendland has the puck. Wendland shot. Save made by Burgos. And now Marshall out to Pinkham. Pinkham shot blocked. Rebound. It goes wide. Now John in behind. Centers. And everything else for Rosell. Wendland throws it back in. Burgos has to make the save. A big hit delivered by John on Blanchard, but that's going to be a penalty coming up against the Highlanders. Touch is made by Bergen, and play continues. And now the touch is made by Bergen on the delay penalty. And after the play, so Owen John will get the penalty. So I believe that's a rough. So that penalty comes at 13:04. Western Connecticut is 0 for 3 on the power play so far, but if you, from a technical standpoint, the Blanchard goal was scored after the power play expired, but in essence, it was a power play goal. But in any event, a big opportunity here for Western Connecticut to regain the lead. And with 6:56 left to go in the third period, the next goal will likely win the game for either team. So off the tie-up. Now Blanchard has it. Blanchard does has one to go. Shot right on, saved by Markin. He'll hang on to it. So it is confirmed. So John goes off for roughing at 13:04. 9 seconds have gone by on the power play. Western Connecticut wins the draw. And they can't keep it out. Here comes Mitchell K, the breakaway. Mitchell K short-handed. He shoots. And it goes wide. But he's able to regain the puck. Pivots. And take it out of the play. And Mitchell K loose. Now Simbiuk, he shoot. Blocker save made by Markin. And Mitchell K, I can see him laboring a little bit after he was tied up, and he will go to the bench. We'll check on him and see how he's doing for the rest of the game. Now, a minute 15 left to go in the power play for Western Connecticut. Blanchard drop pass to Simbiuk. Now Simbiuk. He shoots. Hits the netting. He's able to regain the puck. Poked away by Wendland. But it goes to Blanchard at the point. Blanchard to Simbiuk. Now Simbiuk, his shot. Saved by Markin. Rebound. And now Cardello. And I believe the net was slightly off its moorings, so that's why play was stopped. So 48 seconds left to go in the power play, and 5:43 left to go in the third period. The game is still tied at 2. Off the tie-up, Simbayuk poked away by Bergen, but he's able to regain the puck. They're swinging around the wall to Blanchard. Back to Simbayuk in deep. Kicks it back out to Blanchard. Now Blanchard, his shot scores! No, it's waved off. It's waved off. It's waved off. So it's immediately waved off, and I believe Western Connecticut is going to be called for goaltender interference. Well, actually, maybe not, because it seemed like the officials signaled that so maybe the call was incidental contact with the goaltender, so that's why the goal was waved off. But the officials immediately waved the goal off as soon as it went in. So the draw is just outside of the Highlander zone, thrown in by Simbayuk. Falling down is Malika. Puck is somewhere in between them, and the Highlanders are now able to clear. So Blanchard, one last chance, and that will do it. So the Highlanders able to kill it off. A big penalty kill for the Highlanders. As the score remains 2-2. Now Simbayuk, he throws one in front, goes wide. Malika not able to handle, and now here comes Mitchie K. Mitchie K crosses, tries to move in, poked away by Blanchard, but he's able to regain. But Blanchard once again with another poke check. Lead pass, grabbed by Bergen, cross ice to Wendland. Wendland out to Etienne. Etienne able to throw it back in. The Highlanders make a change. Western Connecticut also makes a change as well. No icing as it's played by Martino. Now to Clayton. Try to give it to Mitchie K. Mitchie K now has the puck. He'll kick it back out to Martino. Wendland. Push it along. Pitchforked in by Costco. Played by Burgos. NJIT makes another change. Malika bounces off the glass. Able to keep it in is Pinkham. Now Pinkham. Poked away by Wolf. Puck still loose at the wall. Now it's corralled. Take it down. And Marshall take it down. And now here's Wolf. Now Wolf out to Bala. Bala shot deflected by Pinkham. Now centers. Now Blanchard has it. Blanchard, the circle shot deflected, and it goes right on goal to Markin, and he will hang on to it with 3:09 left to go. Well, so the Highlanders, they have not beaten Western Connecticut. Oh, right on goal by Simbayuk, stopped by Markin. And as I was saying, the Highlanders have not beaten Western Connecticut since they've joined the MCHC. They're 0-4. And there was a game last season. It was November the 2nd, ironically enough, last season. The Highlanders had a 4-3 lead going into the third period, and they lost the game 5-4. So a year later, these two teams playing again here at RWJ, and it's another tight game. Michigan shot glove saved by Burgos. And if you look at the rest of the standings, Stack is in first place. They have 10 points. Sagar is second with 8 points. Maritime has 4. US MMA has not played a game. They have no points. And Yeshiva, Western Connecticut are 0-2, and the Islanders are 0-4. So that is your MCHC standings. So this is why this is a big game for both teams, as they're probably battling for that fourth and final playoff spot in the conference. Now Wolf poked away. Last in by you. Backhander saved by Markin. The rebound is corralled by Mitchie K and behind. Now Bala has it. Trying to handle. Now Mitchie K is able to skate it out. So now Mitchie K at the right side. His shot. Saved by Burgos. Rebound. And it goes in behind. And now Simbayuk gains the line. Simbayuk falls down. He's able to give it to Frosell. Frosell moves in and shoots, and a glove save made by Markin. A minute 54 left to go in the third period. All right, the upcoming schedule here, and Jesse's next game will be against the York College of Pennsylvania this Saturday. And then the following day, on the 9th, they will play at Susquehanna at Sunbury Arena. And then the 16th, that'll be the last game before the Thanksgiving break. They will play against Maritime here at RWJ. So NJIT will take their timeout with a minute 54 left to go. It's been a really back and forth game. I would say in the first period it was even. In the second period, I would say Western Connecticut has more control. And this period has been even. I would say the first half of the third period was controlled by Western Connecticut. But then the Highlanders, they've really played a lot better in the second half. And now a minute 54 left to go. Obviously, if you're both teams, you rather win in regulation. So that means you get 2 points and the other team does not get a point. But obviously, overtime still, you know, you look at tiebreakers, obviously a factor. If the game does go into overtime, whoever wins the game, if it goes to overtime, that's also big as well. So it's a big minute 54 left in this game. The shots are 34-30 in favor of the Highlanders. So I'll get you abreast here on the goals. Frosell and Blanchard for the Wolves, and Clayton 2 for the Highlanders. Off the tie-up. Controlled by the Highlanders. Bergen has it in behind. He'll scale around the boards. Kept in by Blanchard. Blanchard shot. Saved by Markin. And the rebound corralled by Cardello. Cardello poked away by Mitchie K. And able to get it out. And able to skate it out is Bergen. Out to Clayton. Now Clayton. He moves in. His shot saved by Burgos. And the rebound in behind. And I mean the puck's in behind. And now Mitchie K able to keep it in. Now Clayton in behind. Taken away by Blanchard. Now Frosell out to Simbayuk. Now Simbayuk gains the line, but it will be offside on Western Connecticut. Off the tie-up. No, it's going to be a full start, so we'll do it again. All right, off the tie-up. Puck rolls into the Highlander zone. Now played by Etienne. Etienne hitman to Clayton, but could not connect. Final minute here in the third, and a 2-2 tie. Kofi B here at the RWJ. A big MCHC battle between the Highlanders and the Wolves. Now Simbayuk poked away by Martino. And now Bergen outlets to Etienne. Etienne tries a lead pass to Clayton, but he couldn't handle it. Now Simbayuk with 35 seconds left to go. And now here's Mitchie K. Mitchie K gains the line. Now Mitchie K in behind. And now he's at the circle. Now Mitchie K, nice move to get by. Mitchie K shoots, and it goes wide. Now Clayton with 13 seconds left to go. Now Clayton. Now Bergen. And that shot blocked. And out in front of Mitchie K shot saved by Burgos. And now we'll do it. As Mitchie K has shot in front, Burgos made the save. And after the buzzer sounded, Western Connecticut did not appreciate Mitchie K's attempt to knife the rebound into the net. So that will do it for the third period. The game is tied at 2. So shots on the third period, Western Connecticut had 12, and the Highlanders had, let's see, 15. So the Highlanders had 15, Western Connecticut had 12. So we will go to overtime. So the officials are consultating. Now, I'm hearing some people in the crowd. I believe a member of Western Connecticut might have come off the bench after the buzzer sounded. So that might be what they're going over. The officials are talking to head coach David Seidel, I'm sorry. So they're still talking about this play. Meanwhile, I'm looking over at the Highlander bench. They seem pretty loose. I know they played a pretty well-fought game. Obviously, last night's game against Sacred Heart, they lost 14-1. So a great bounce back effort from that performance yesterday afternoon in Fairfield, Connecticut. Easy for me to say. And now the officials are they're going to the scorers table. So I'm getting a replay of what happened. It looks like Anthony Cardello came off the bench after the final buzzer to go because there was a brush up at the end with Sal Michike. So I think that's what the officials are determining, whether or not to call Cardello for a obviously that would be a delay of game misconduct, whatever it may be. So remember, overtime's 3-3. So if a penalty is called, it'll be a 4-3 advantage for NJIT. So they will change ends here. So I don't believe a penalty will be called there. So that's a break for Western Connecticut. So we'll play 3-on-3. It'll be Michike, Clayton, and Bergen. And for Western Connecticut, it'll be Simbayuk, Cardello, and it's Simbayuk. I mean, I'm not Simbayuk, Blanchard. So it'll be a 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. So now Dennis Sekoyak, the head coach of the Highlanders, now he's going over something with the officials. So I see the official, he's on his phone looking over something. I don't know what the consultation is about. It's clear it's 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, so... So they're still going over this. So this is the first overtime period, first overtime game for both teams. So let's see. They're looking over something here. So I think they were clarifying what they were going to do in terms of the overtime period. For what I remember from the MCHC last season, it was 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. So I don't know what the confusion is here. It's kind of mystifying to me. So now the officials are talking to Western Connecticut about, I guess, the operation for overtime. So it looks like Dennis Koyak, I think he was calling the commissioner of the MCHC, Andrew Mula, who I should thank. He was actually the one that helped me in terms of West Connecticut, in terms of their stats and their roster. So I'd like to give him kudos to that. So that's probably who Dennis Koyak who called to confirm with him on the rules of overtime in the MCHC. So that's why there's a delay here. I just got a text from Patrick Alvarado. He's saying that they're trying to figure out what the overtime operation is. Like I said, from what I remember from last season, I figured it's 5-on-5, 3-on-3. I mean, 5 minutes of 3-on-3. We'll see. I'll check. I'm on the MCHC website right now, so I'll see if they have clarification on that. All right, we're underway here in overtime after that long delay. Now Clayton has it. Taken away by Cardello. And now here's Cardello. He has Blanchard to his right. His shot saved by Markin. Now the puck at the corner boards. And now here's Clayton, who has 2 goals on the day. But poked away, now taken away once again by Clayton. Now Clayton trying to move in. Could not get a shot off. And now Mitchell K, he was taken down, and some of the Highlanders fans don't like the non-call. And now Mitch K has it. Back to Clayton. And now Clayton moves in. Clayton gets to the Bergen. Now he'll circle. Now here's Bergen. Moves in. He shoots. He scores! Bergen wins it! Bergen with the winner! And the Highlanders win! 3-2 in overtime! So Bergen wins it. Bergen gets the winner. And for Bergen, that's his 2nd goal of the season. An overtime win, and the Highlanders get their first MCHC win, 3-2 over Western Connecticut State. So both teams at center ice for a job well done. So the Highlanders get a much needed and a big overtime win. And that goal was scored at 1:19 in overtime. So Bergen gets a second from Mitchie K to win the game for the Highlanders. So the 3 stars of the game. So the 3rd star for the Wolves, it'll be that's Chris Rossell. He had a goal and an assist for the Wolves. The 2nd star of the game will go to Brandon Clayton, who had 2 goals for the Highlanders. And the 3rd star of the game, it's pretty easy to say who it is, Noah Bergen, who got the overtime winner. So there's 3 stars of the game. Rossell for the Wolves, Clayton as the 2nd star, and the 1st star, Noah Bergen. So the Highlanders' record now is 3-5 overall, with a 1-4 record in MCHG play. They now have 2 points in MCHG play. Western Connecticut is now 0-2-1. They have 1 point in MCHG play. So the Highlanders win it once again 3-2 in overtime. So for Victoria Geiger, for Patrick Alvarado, this is Kofi P saying so long from the RWJ Barnabas South Hockey House. We'll see you Saturday night when the Highlanders play against the York College of Pennsylvania.